It's like a car crash. You know when like a car crash happens and you look at it and you don't really want to be looking at it, but you just can't stop looking at it? That's this book. Hello everybody, and welcome to Cozy's Corner, where I review books and I talk about books because I love books. And today I'm talking about this book. This is called The Merciless. It is by Danielle Vega, don't know. And I bought this book because it looked very interesting. Because I mean, yeah, it has a pentagram on the cover and like, that's cool, I guess. But it's also pink. And that confused me. And I actually think the true reason I bought this book is because I saw the third book first, because there are 3 books in this series. And the third book was like, it looked just like this, except it was really shiny. And I was like, I want that. And then I went to buy it and I realized it was only the third book and I needed the first one. So I got this one. I bought this because I wanted a shiny book. That's what it comes down to. I feel like I've definitely seen this book before, like on the shelves. I never really thought anything of it. It was just kind of there. But I don't know, something just compelled me to just give it a whirl. Why not? So I knew nothing about this going in. Absolutely nothing. This review was also like 3 years ago because that's when this book came out, but it's fine. It's okay, because I just read it and I just feel like reviewing it, okay? Is that too much to ask? So, The Merciless. Best way to describe this book is it's like if Mean Girls was a horror movie. Yeah. Like, it's actually terrifying how much this book is like Mean Girls. Because it's essentially about this new girl who comes to a high school, she doesn't know anybody, and then she meets these 3 really bitchy popular girls who are basically like the Plastics, and then there's this other girl who's like this kind of alternative, I don't give a fuck about anything personality kind of girl who's very similar to Janice from Mean Girls. But instead of like how in Mean Girls, the main character is asked by the weird alternative girl to spy on the Plastics ask the new girl to spy on the weird alternative girl. So it's like a little bit reversed, but otherwise exactly the same. Except instead of doing silly things like putting foot cream in her lotion, they decide to exercise her. And that's pretty much the entire book, is this girl, this weird, creepy alternative girl being exercised by these 3 bitchy girls and this new girl. And it's really messed up. Like when I saw this book, when I looked at this book and I read like the little blurb about it, I was like, this sounds like a kind of stupid young adult novel that I might not like very much, but I'm already committed to it, so I'm gonna read it anyways. But I thought it was just gonna be like kind of cute, kind of fluffy, trying to be like edgy, but not really succeeding at it. That's what I thought this book was gonna be. Oh my god, I have nightmares. I feel incredibly uncomfortable just looking at it. This book has some serious gore. It is incredibly disturbing. And I honestly don't even know if I loved it or hated it. Like I finished this several days ago and I just have no idea. It was also incredibly easy to read. It's not a very long book. It's pretty small. Print is like fairly large. This took me 2 days of reading it like on the train to work. So like a few hours it took me to read, so it's nothing. Which is why I didn't really mind committing to it, because I was like, it'll be over soon. It's fine if it sucks. But I just don't know. Was it good? Did I hate it? I don't know. Part of it was like really dumb, like super dumb. Like this is a stupid YA fluff novel and I hated it. But then other parts I was like, this is so brutal and intense and awesome. Like there are scenes that I was physically cringing. Like I had to look away from the pages. I was just like, ugh. There's like this scene where she takes a knife and like digs it under her fingernails and it describes like the cracking and peeling and popping sounds. It's so gross. This is the grossest book. But something I did kind of like about it is that I really didn't have any idea where the plot was going. Like I had a few guesses as to what was going to happen, but the way that it ended wasn't really the way that I thought it was going to end. And I'm also kind of really upset with the ending because like, why would you do that? Why? Now I have to read the next 2 books, and I really didn't want to. I really didn't love it enough to want to read the next 2 books, but now there's like this thing that happened, and I just need to know what happens next, okay? I hate this book, but I love this book. I have so many... I feel like, generally speaking, I would not really recommend this book to anyone. I'm never gonna be like, oh my god, I love this book, you have to read it, because it didn't really give me that feeling. It more just gave me that, like, I'm in too deep, and I need to know feeling, but I don't really care. But I guess I do care because I need to know. I just have a lot of curiosity. So take that as you will. You can read it if you want. I'm gonna give it like a pretty average rating, like pretty middle, right in the middle. I've read worse, definitely read better. I feel like my problem is that the characters, I just hated all the characters. And like the main character who you're supposed to root for and be like, I don't want you to like die. I didn't really feel like that. I was like, you can die. I don't really care that much. Because I didn't really like her. It's more just like the story itself, and it's like a car crash. You know when like a car crash happens and you look at it and you don't really want to be looking at it, but you just can't stop looking at it? That's this book. It's really not a good thing. I don't really want to look at it, but I already started looking at it. And once you look at it, you just can't look away. That's how I feel. Oh yeah, The Merciless. It's a book. But that's it for this weird review. Thanks for watching. I'm Steph Koza. I'll see you next time. Bye.